Oh my god. Okay. Waking up to play Fortnite. Nobody exactly, unless you're like 5 years old, is like, you know what? This is what I do every day. Unless you're making money from it, then do exactly what you need to. But I'm not, so it's not something I usually do. But when the occasion comes up, I'm prone to flexing the Fortnite skills. Because who isn't, right? Hello, hello, hello. I'm me, you're you, but I'm also me right here and right here. So please check me out because that's how you grow. And please enjoy the video. So I am definitely prone to hopping on the game with moments notice. So when I woke up and I was like, you know what? Wow, the streamer's playing it. I like to watch them. Why not? Let's catch a dub. And so with my insane amount of hours, which is not a flex. That's not a flex. That's not a flex number. That's a terrible number. That's an addiction. That's a crippling addiction. And mind you, that's only PS4 hours. That doesn't include the hours of my PS5, which is much less still, so it's not terrible, but it doesn't make it great. But it's easy wins if I actually decide to play normally and not play like an idiot. So I'll admit, playing builds is kind of a crutch. I kind of suck at zero builds, but it's also easier. But it doesn't mean I'm going to win every time. So when he went down right here and I was like, oh snap, I'm cooked. I was like, you know what? I probably have time to revive him. No, I don't. No, I didn't. We died in seconds, which was great. But this is only the first game. This is my first game on. Literally have not played. So I'm going to say this didn't happen. And I'm going to consider this whole thing a warm-up. So I lost the first game, but like I said, it was warm up. It was my first game on, so I'm gonna say that didn't happen. But I had to go in like 2 games to get to a little kid baseball game. So I was like, if I hop on for 3 games and lose all 3 of them, I'm never gonna be able to show my face around his screen again. So I was like, I absolutely need to win one of these games at least. So this game, I was dialed in. I was absolutely ready to win. But also I wasn't screaming and he was, so it's just my voice. And also he couldn't hear me, so communication was a little tight. And when I say a little tight, I mean like I had to type through his chat what to do occasionally, which wasn't great communication because, also delayed. But either way, I still do pretty good, so I'm not gonna complain too much. So after going through the game and just trying to pub stomp my way to a victory, I was like, you know what? Oh crap, my voice. Anyway, I was like, you know what? This is gonna be great, right? These games are going easy. I'm just racking up kills as I sit here and emote. And I was like, this is gonna be an easy game. He hasn't died all game, mind you, so I'm like, you know what? It's probably, gonna be pretty simple. That is until in-game. And in-game is just like one of those things where you're just like, you know what? Let's just make this game extra hard. Because who doesn't love it when in-game is especially hard? And especially when you're playing zero builds, you have nowhere to go. So you better find some cover or drive around in a car like we did for most of this match. Which, mind you, rolling up in a car is the go-to way to get a win in zero builds. I mean, like, if you were struggling to get a win in zero builds, just go around and hit people with a car. I hit the same person with a car, like, multiple times. Which, mind you, might have been a little overkill, but still, I got my fair amount of kills. And that's what matters. It doesn't matter how many times you have to hit with a car. It matters if you get the kill. So, after literally just going around and shooting everybody, and I will admit, I was a little kill hungry. I was shooting cars, I was shooting trees that look like cars, and I was shooting anything that a person could even remotely be behind. So, was it a bad idea? No, I absolutely love pub stomping. Did it take up an insane amount of time, but generate me many kills? Absolutely. This game ended up being much longer than I intended, and I was like, wow, this is going on for a while. We're actually getting really close to endgame. And I wasn't even 100% sure if I was going to be able to lock in the win, but I was definitely dialed in trying to get to it as much as possible. But now as we approach endgame, things get a little more difficult. So after a short time, we are just chilling through endgame, and we get into a battle that we are in a totally losing position. Being at the bottom of this hill might be top 10 worst ways to die. And these guys on the hill were just dominating, and that was a huge problem. So this is my guy Certified O. He's pretty he's not great, but I was very dedicated to trying to get him back up, which obviously does not work. So after this, it's time to put on a little clutch moment.
Let's go!
Don't get close to him. That's what I'm talking about! See? Yeah, I need you on my team regularly. Yes, sir. That was tough. I'm gonna clip that on my game. That was tough.
Let's go! Let's go! Catch this dub!
All right, so with one major win under my belt and 16 glorious and emote-filled kills,
Ooh, that's tough. Wait a minute.
I was feeling pretty good about myself. But the thing is, I had one more game left. So this can either go one or two ways. I can either absolutely get this 2-game winning streak and dominate, or I can get super cocky and die early on. Now, which one sounds like the better idea? Probably getting another win. But what am I gonna do? Maybe get another win. And to be fair, to be 100% fair, he actually only really died at the end. So props to him. He had 5 good kills, so I can't even say this was an insane carry, but I did have 3 times his kills, so I'm gonna say it was a little bit of a carry. But nevertheless,
I got like
we have one more game before I have to go. So okay, let me say something. This is quite possibly one of the slowest games I've ever played. I was coming straight off of a win, had the sweat skin on and everything, and I was absolutely ready to pub stomp. And so when I landed and barely got any kills for almost this entire game, when I tell you I was bored out of my mind. I mean, we literally went around most of the map just in a car chilling out. Our kills were like minute. I was like, oh my gosh, this might be the slowest game of Fortnite I've ever played. Like, yeah, people were dying, but I just wasn't seeing anybody. And I mean, this was outrageous. You just got to win. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna get myself a bunch of kills, only for us to literally almost see nobody. Like, we ran into like a good group of people, and I was like, yeah, this is great. And then like a lot of them just end up running away. So we really actually didn't even get a chance to get a whole lot of kills. Now, in-game gets a little bit more interesting, but most of this like beginning to mid-game was quite honestly some of the most boring Fortnite I have ever played a day in my life.
I needed some with some bop in. Let's go. I'm unorthodox than a mug. Hey, when you gon' switch the flow? I thought you never asked. I needed some with some bop in. Let's go. I'm unorthodox than a mug. We getting money, don't care about what they on. Give me the key to the coupe, I'ma pull out.
Alright, so after just sitting here and just emoting, the new storm finally came. I knew exactly where I wanted to go. Trying to get to some of the high ground, right? In game for this game was so chaotic. I was genuinely questioning, holy crap, what is going on? I had no idea what I was doing. But I'd had such a boring game that was so great to at least just see a large group of people. And I was like, dang, I'm low-key flying right into the medallion. And I was 100% sure that the guy I just saw was him. I was very dedicated to get this kill. Now, did he low-key almost kill me? Absolutely. Was I so happy that O killed his teammate? Abso-freaking-lutely. Because, to be honest, at this point in the game, it could be over at literally any second. In-game is quite possibly one of the most annoying places to just try to figure out your bearings. So, but we had high ground. So I was happy. This is exactly where I wanted to be in this part of the game. And so, the rest of the in-game just kind of breezes by. Here is where stuff actually starts to matter. It's in game, there's 2 people left, it's a 2v2, and this guy just stole our car. Is he gonna go far with it? No, for some reason he's gonna sit here and let himself get killed because, I don't know, maybe he just likes losing. And his teammate, on the other hand, absolutely, I'm like, oh my god, yeah. So, okay, now there's 2 people left. I was pretty dialed in, just got S rank, I was 100% sure we were gonna win this game. What I wasn't 100% sure of is where the other people were. I was concerned that they were just driving around the car somewhere, and actually, it was much simpler than that. They're actually just hopping around like a bunch of idiots, which makes this in-game so much more annoying, because trying to do anything long range without like an actual sniper, it's terrible, to be honest. I absolutely hate it. If I can't impulse near you and shotgun you as quick as possible, I will deem the entire fight boring, which is, you know, I feel like that's probably me having a low attention span, but either way, it was super annoying. They kept running. They didn't want to die. So, that's their fault.
Oh my god. I'm falling down the hill. Oh, what the f— There's one more. We got this. There's one more. It's a 2v1 now. Where you at? Hey, don't poke your head out, man. Oh, fuck. Cross the circle. Yo, 7X. Give me a second. Where the fuck you go? On the wall. Aw, damn! Why I keep doing that? I keep selling my teammate. Dumbass. Still won.
And with that,
A win is a win.
both games are won successfully. 2 wins in a row, 2 crowns, and an insane amount of kills, which is probably
Trash.
40-something kills combined. I'm just going to say that number because I don't actually know. And that, my friends, is what it is all about. Hopping on Fortnite some random morning and deciding you're going to get the win. Major shout out to my man Certified O. He's a great streamer, very funny guy. Highly recommend watching him. And have a good day, y'all. What is that? Oh my god! Oh my god!